You haven't eaten the flower yet.
I'm supposed to eat it?
You have to eat it.
You chew it. Chew it to surround.
And it's going to change your life. That is fantastic. Wow, that is good. You taste it?
Yeah. Wow, you're right.
Let me tell Mike. I spent 4 years here. I opened Lake Las Vegas in '99 in guest services. Got my first sales job, and actually just saw Robert Purdy in the ballroom. The man that gave me my first hotel sales job pulled me off the driveway and put me in the sales office. But I worked there 4 years, and then I went back to Orlando. And I went back to Orlando. I was like, oh yeah, I'm coming from Vegas after 4 years. Oh, you were in Vegas. I mean, so Vegas gave me a lot of clout, just like Orlando gave me a lot of clout when I came to Vegas. When I went back to Orlando, Vegas gave me. So being here, I always said, if you're in the hotel business, you got to work in Orlando, you got to work in Las Vegas, because these are the two places that are driving, hotels, and driving entertainment and driving hospitality. And so, but they're very different markets. So understanding both of them gives you a unique perspective. And, how has Vegas changed? Well, we're here on the anniversary of 9/11. It's September 11th, and I was on the Strip. Or actually, I was in Las Vegas at Lake Las Vegas, which is off the Strip. But I remember the morning of 9/11, we had 500 people coming in from New York. It was a financial meeting, and they obviously did not show up. And it was a ghost town, and it was a tough time in this city. But I remember, the thing that I remember is that as tough as it was, the moments during 9/11 and the weeks after 9/11 in Vegas, because we all make our money on people coming here, and they weren't coming here because, of what happened. Travel was shut down and meetings were not happening, everything was canceled. And but what I remember so much is that 6 months, 8 months after 9/11, things were back to normal. And not only were they back to normal, it was like raging again. And so it just shows you how resilient America is, how resilient our industry is, and how travel is so important to our economy. People need to meet, people need to travel, people need to go to these hotels and have a good time and relax and unwind. And as you said, it's good to get away, get out of your office environment, get out of your daily routine, get somewhere new, and get invigorated. And I think that's really what travel is all about. It's you get to meet new people, you get to see new things, you get to experience new cultures, new foods, you get to see new climates, and I think that's what invigorates us when we go back to our normal habitat to do something great, if that's what's in your heart. I mean, so for me, when I travel, I get reinvigorated, I meet new people, I get inspired by new ideas, and Las Vegas is certainly one of those places. It's Los Angeles, it's Las Vegas, it's New York City, it's Miami, it's Orlando to some degree, and of course my hometown, Pittsburgh, that you start to, when you travel there, you feel something. And feeling something is what it's all about. I mean, these people that run through life and, they're kind of like just going through the motions, they're missing out on a key thing that's essential to being successful, and that is being in the moment, enjoying yourself, and really, really experiencing all that life has to offer. So we're here in Vegas tonight. We'll probably, this is our last night here. We've got everything we needed. We're going home tomorrow morning. Tonight we'll get a nice dinner, we'll enjoy Vegas, and then we'll get home and take care of business. But it's been a good trip. What's up, dude?
So we already wrote, if you have time, I would love to meet tomorrow.
That's my Tropicana client. I should have seen her today. I can't believe I didn't. That's great. We're up. We got a comment. We're live. Here we go.
Oh my God, are they getting married?
So we're headed to the Cosmo.
They're getting married right now. Oh my God. So cute.
So we're headed to the Cosmo, and when I was working in Lake Las Vegas, the Cosmo was being built, and it was going to be a Hyatt when it was opened. It was the original plan. Obviously, that didn't turn out. It was going to be a Hilton, and it was going to be a Marriott. It ended up being a Marriott. But this is a great place. Probably the best hotel in Las Vegas, in my opinion. Other than the Wynn and Encore, which are classic, legendary properties. Yeah, check it out.
Hey, Mr. Brian Bruce.
What's up,
What's going on, my man? The entrepreneur extraordinaire.
What's going on, man? Is Mo in there, or is he done?
No, I think he's done for the day.
He's done. Okay. How you doing?
Great, how about you?
Look at you, man. You're looking thin and trim, and
I got it all, man.
good to see you, man. All right, check it out. The Cosmo. Have you ever seen the Cosmo when they have on these video boards where they throw the girl up against the wall and the guy is and they're like naked? You know what I'm talking about? So these video boards right here, they have one scene, they change, right? They have one scene where a man throws the woman up against the shower, and it's like an erotic scene in the middle of the lobby.
Where are we going, Brian?
Chandelier bar. Go down to that side. I got this from my father. It's sometimes in business, we joke around that if you're not rubbing, you're not racing. And a lot of times, you got to tell a client what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Because there's some things that are happening in their business that maybe isn't convenient to be known publicly, but as we dig in as marketers and we start listening to their phone calls, as we start to track their volume and see where things are happening, we see some holes in their business, and we have to tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And I think that's a really compelling moment in a relationship. Do we survive that moment, or do egos and pride get in the way of advancing? But at the end of the day, we need to be honest with each other. We got to be real with what we need to accomplish. We need to get better at what we're doing, both on the marketing side and also the management of the opportunity. And then fireworks can happen. So do I have a passion? Yes, I have a passion not only to help a business market what they're doing, but I want to help them grow their business.
Do you have a passion for rubbing? Do you have a passion for rubbing? Racing rubbing?
Yes, always. If you're not creating friction, then you're not creating anything.
For a lot of people, it's unbearable. They're out.
I come from a competitive world of sports, and in sports, there's no crying in baseball, they say. They're coming after you. They're trying to beat you. So in business, I see it the same way. Our competitors are trying to beat. Here we are at the Cosmo. There's 15 hotels within a 1 mile radius trying to beat this hotel at every single thing. So business is competitive, and you can't be shy. And you certainly can't be afraid to rub and be honest with each other. Because that's the only way you're going to get to the end goal, is being honest, addressing the issues, and advance the business. And sometimes that comes with hard conversations. And maybe or maybe not, the relationship doesn't continue after those difficult conversations. But I'll tell you, in my life, where I've had those difficult conversations and the relationship continued, their business flourishes, our relationship flourishes, and what I can do for them flourishes because we got beyond that initial impact, that difficult conversation. I love it when I did a video 100 years ago about a client telling me, Brian, we're not going with you, we're going a different direction. And I said, well, will you give me some time on the phone just to be honest now, that I don't have to try to woo you as a client? And they said, sure. And we got down to the nitty gritty and we talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's where we need to be before the business is won, when the business is won, and after the business is won. We've got to be honest because it doesn't make any sense any other way. I'll do another analogy. If you're a real estate agent and you want to sell my home, you're going to tell me everything I want to hear about how to sell it, how much it's going to be, how much I'm going to get. But at the end of the day, I want you to be honest. What's the market yielding right now? What am I going to get from my business? It doesn't make any sense to tell me you're going to get X amount from my house, and you're only able to really get this. So in business, you've got to be honest, and sometimes that doesn't always fit the narrative of the business owner. But if you can get past that, you can have a long relationship, and you can really, really.
How do you personally stay excited about those tough conversations, the rubbing?
You can't be afraid.
How do you stay excited about it? How do you?
I mean, it takes a toll on you. I'll be honest. When my client gets upset, any client, man, it wears on me. A full day of like wearing on my heart. That's when you know that you care. And when you don't care, you can't be successful. You gotta care. So I carry it. I wear it. I rub with my clients, and then I feel the burden of that rub and the feelings that they have. But at the end of the day, I have to rub to have feeling. You cannot market somebody's business if you don't care. So when I rub, it's like teaching your kid a hard lesson. You got to do it. You love them, but you see the pain in their eyes. You see their heartbreak, but they got to go through it. In business, it's the same way. If you're just trying to cherry coat everything with your customer, or you're trying to, isolate them from the hard, challenging times, you're not doing them any favors. You've got to address it, get through it, and build beyond it. And sometimes the relationship survives it, and sometimes it doesn't. But I'll tell you, the ones that do survive, man, what great relationships they are, what success we have, and what relationship we have because of it. And that's when it's great. So yes, I have a passion for it. And how do I continually have momentum? Listen, you don't wake up every day ready to knock down walls. Sometimes you're like, you got to dig deep, but that's where it comes from here. You got to dig deep, you got to stay focused. And I always tell Victoria, we got to eat healthy, we got to exercise, and we got to really stay true to who we are, because we have our ups and downs. But at the end of the day, if you do the right thing, you treat yourself right, the energy, the passion will come back, and then you can really bring some value to your customer.
So I want to end with a good example, which is HPN, right? Like long relationship, everything we just talked about, 10-year relationship, ups and downs. Like literally earlier you told me that sometimes you were switching paychecks. Sometimes, they're funneling you, sometimes you're funneling them. And so talk about that relationship, why we're here with them, and why we're so excited to get back to them.
It's magical when you find a partner that has the same values that you have, and you believe in what you have, and you've gotten past that rub, and they know that you're in it for the right reasons, and that you really believe in what they're doing. And in business, when you start to find success, you have come to a place when you are doing business with people that you love and brands that you appreciate and that you believe in. And that is a luxury that not everyone has. And when you're starting out, you got to help whoever is interested, because you got to get something happening. But as you mature and as you become a master of your craft, you can start to select your clients a little differently. And that's when you can pour your heart out and really be focused, and they appreciate that. But there's going to be some rubbing, there's going to be some tears, but there's going to be some success. So for me, living is loving, working hard, playing hard, enjoying life, enjoying the moment. And in marketing and in business, you got to do it with people that you love, people that you believe in, partners that have the same values, and that's a good place to be. It's a really good place to be. Our life's gonna change? Oh boy. Oh boy.
And then you gotta eat the flour. You didn't even show it to the camera. just switch it around, like.
Oh wow. Very interesting.
20 seconds. And then you can continue drinking.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That flower is very interesting.
That's our best-selling cocktail.
I like that flower. Where do I buy those flowers?
You could probably buy them on Amazon. I know, like, but they sell the seeds. I don't know exactly how else.
Oh wow.